Dean, what are you doing?
Testing the dinghy.
If I got swam back, you know I'll be there soon.
So, pretty much everything has been assembled, but now we are waiting for paint. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Aladino. I am building a dinghy. Ta-da! I'm actually nervous about this step. It's looking so cool though. Ooh, I'm so excited! And this is episode 3 of the build, so go back if you've missed any. We are building a Scout supplied by Duckworks.
This is the kit.
That's the kit. Woo! We are building this dinghy as the tender for our bigger boat. To go to the docks, to get groceries, to get fuel, to get water and supplies, to drop ourselves off onto islands, to go explore, to bring us back to the boat and all of that. And also for some fun times, rowing and sailing and exploring. In the last episode, the boat took shape. I zip-tied it all together, which was very pleasing. There's something strange about this. Usually everything takes so long, and this is so much quicker to already like seeing it. And then there was a more tedious phase of assembling many smaller components. I built 99 hours, but the boat ain't done.
Oh my god, Aladino.
But all of those are in place now, so the boat is getting closer and closer to completion. But there is still some work ahead, don't worry. Ta-da! Yes, some of you might have guessed it. Of course we have chosen Epiphanes. It is my favorite. I just think it's so easy to get good results just with a brush and a roller. Yeah, no spraying required. For the hull, we're going with white, the 800. It's a really nice, crisp, fresh white. And these tins, as you can see, they are 2 components, so it's their 2-part polyurethane. Then to create a little bit of contrast, we have chosen 803, it is called, so that will be for the cockpit, maybe the in-whale. We have some more beads, which are the non-skid additive. This non-skid is actually quite gentle, so it is nice to sit on too. And then we got the primer, of course, which makes it all adhere. And then we have, ta-da! This is Epiphanes. It's their varnish. It's their 1-component varnish, has the best UV resistance, and we are gonna leave the transom clear. So that's gonna be pretty exciting. I'm really happy with how the build has come along so far. My goal was to finish the dinghy in 30 days, and I think I'm on track. But paint really can't be rushed, so I hope I can still finish on time.
I've really enjoyed watching and filming Aladino build this dinghy, but underlying the whole project has been a real sense of urgency. We're working on a timeline in order to get back to our big refit in the USA, and although it might seem like we're close to the end, I know that doing a good paint job can take many days. The time pressure is on as we try to balance racing to the finish, but still getting a beautiful end result, and maybe even getting a chance to test the dinghy out.
Am I in the camera now?
Yes.
Wow.
Nice. So now is clean up, tech cloth, acetone white. Painting is maybe the most rewarding of all jobs, but there is care to be taken, and again, it's all in the prep works. I learned to put a lot of emphasis on really trying to make it a dust-free environment. I go over the boat with a tack cloth and I wipe it down, degrease it, try not to have silicone on there, even though there is none in this workshop, but all of this really pays off in the paint job.
I came out here midday with the intention of putting on primer, but there still isn't any on. And that is to show just that prep work always takes longer, and there is many steps involved. So one thing that I didn't think of before is drilling open all the holes that I have here. Remember, I've inserted phenolic tubes into the inwale. I think it would be nice if the primer and paint wrap around a little bit, and otherwise that would be an exposed edge if I do it afterwards. And then I actually fitted the deck so that I don't scratch up the surface later on as I take it in, put it out, take it in, put it out. And then the last thing was taping everything. So we've come up with our color scheme, so that is all looking good. Ready?
Ready. Finally, time to apply the primer. Primer doesn't quite have that satisfying gloss of the paint, but nonetheless it's a big moment as the boat will suddenly be completely transformed.
There's gonna be a bit of primer and paint applied now only inside of the lockers, and that actually allows me to put on the deck afterwards. And then there's gonna be more paint after the whole boat is actually completed. Even though I do all those jobs in a quiet manner, there is of course things going on in my head, but they are all related to the job. I don't wander off and dreaming about things. I am looking at spills, I'm looking at how the varnish is distributing, I'm thinking ahead. So yeah, I'm pretty focused whenever I do tasks like this.
It's an exciting moment, but it also brings with it a sense of calm. Everything has kind of been leading up to now. The prep work is done, the evening is getting on. All that's left is to carefully and calmly apply the primer.
Pretty much constantly when I'm eating breakfast or laying in bed before falling asleep, I think about the stress and the pressure to actually get the project done. But when I am out here working on it, that melts away and I just see the task in front of me. And pretty soon now we'll get to put this boat in the water, and that's very exciting. I was a bit alarmed when I applied the primer because it uses more than I thought, and I was actually foreseeing that I would not have enough for the build, so I was actually applying less than I would have ideally. So at this point I realized that we were short on primer and paint, and Maya offered to go drive and pick some up in Vancouver, and also thanks to Epiphanes for providing that for us.
It takes a whole day with the ferry and the car to get to Vancouver and back, so I was feeling pretty happy that we had opted to go with a kit build. Otherwise, I feel like there would have been a lot more back and forth to source specific plywood or hardware. It was good to just get everything in one box. Well, everything except for the paint, that is. Hi!
Hello! Look who's here. Wow! White Christmas!
White Christmas. 2 cans of primer.
Awesome.
And yeah, there's the second one, and then I got some more of the polyurethane.
Awesome. Well, I just spent all day sanding. Now I guess I'm ready to paint.
Oh, looks good.
Thank you. We're getting more primer since I miscalculated. I actually prefer working with paint. It flows out a little nicer, but on the other side there is for sure less pressure on the primer because you're gonna sand a lot of it down again. Paint is on! Yeah, it's looking great. I really like how it turned out. The deck is gonna go on next, and there's gonna be little hatches here, so I will not see much of this anymore in the future and not be able to reach it either. So it is a coat to protect things. Over there you can see the deck, so now comes the very exciting step of gluing the decks down. I was excited about getting the decks on, and I didn't think ahead too much about weighing it down. So when the time came that I actually needed weights, I took whatever I could find around the workshop to actually apply the desired pressure and weight onto the decks. It looked pretty funny for a while.
Are you happy with the deck?
I am really happy how the boat looks with the deck. It's really the final component that makes it look complete. Looks pretty cool with the deck on, doesn't it? Painting is a very rewarding stage of the build that I personally like a lot. I like this paint a lot. I like how it flows out and the color it has and the gloss. The wooden look of the boat had actually grown on me quite a bit, but I knew that out of practical reasons and for less future maintenance that we were going to paint it. And now at the priming stage there was a little too much white, but we knew that we were gonna offset that by having some cream accents and still some pieces of varnished wood. So I decided to add a little bit of an artistic element on the side of the boat, a pretty wide cream stripe, and the way it curves up will be something that we will have on the Cape George too. So I find it fun to have the dinghy match the big ship. So now the paint is on, not quite everywhere else. I decided, since I had run short on the supply, to do a proper job and apply the desired amounts on the interior, but to do the exterior later. And by mere coincidence, I had a little box with me that I often keep little pieces that I make jewelry with for little surprises here and there for my wife. And
You're
in
so
there
sweet.
are also 2 coins, and one coin actually has a lamp, which could be Aladdin's lamp, and the other one has a sailboat and palm trees. So one of these is actually going in the mast step.
The boat, the tropical boat.
You like the boat?
Yeah.
I like that one too.
Good.
Good. The boat, even though not complete, it looks complete, and that was the main goal. I'm very happy with the design and mighty pleased with the outcome. So it's our last day here in the workshop, so we thought, why not go and test out the boat? We decided not to go sailing because we still would have to install the hardware and there's more things to prepare. So instead we decided, why not try to go in just for a row? Taking away the tape was really a great moment because it made that transom really pop.
You have created a masterpiece.
Wow. I am very proud. It did turn out very pretty. Yeah.
I mean, you should be more than just proud. Proud is not enough of a word.
There's a paint spill right there.
Oh my gosh.
No, thank you. Now I'm very excited and to see how it performs. It turned out beautiful.
You are incredible.
Thank you.
It's just amazing to see everything that you put your mind to, you achieve with such beautiful results. And it's really amazing, Aladino.
Thank you. It was just a kid.
Gosh, it's so hard to give you a compliment.
Yeah.
How do you feel, Aladino?
I feel pretty good. Yeah, no, this has splendidly come together.
Hey, Dad.
Hey.
Owner of the shed. Hoster of the us.
Yes.
You've seen this whole build come together. What do you think?
Oh, I think it's fabulous. It looks like lots of fun, and if you're interested in boat building, it's a fabulous kit, and put it all together, and you end up with a product that is just fabulous. It'd be nice to see it on the water and have it moving and see what it feels like to row. And it was really interesting for me because I have no experience with epoxy. For me to see the epoxy meister at work.
And you had a part in this project. These oars lying right here. Tell us about those.
Oh, these were a garage sale find with a little clinker rowboat that I bought many, many years ago. And because it was ultimately so rotten, it never ended up amounting to anything. But I kept the oars, and now all of a sudden they are coming into use. So we cleaned them up a little bit, scraped all the old goop off of them, and put a bit of oil on it. Haven't got to the varnish yet, but the varnish is yet to come.
It's our last day here in Canada. afterwards we're gonna go back to the States, back to our big project. Yeah, we set our minds to actually still putting the boat in the water and taking it for a row.
How do you feel?
Cool! I feel like I'm floating.
Is this the moment?
This is the moment.
This is the moment.
Like a rubber duck.
Like a rubber duck. Oh boy. Deanie hasn't rowed in a while. It looks so good. What beautiful lines. Turn around, let's see that transom.
It looks really good here.
Am I not a bit far forward? What do you think?
Maybe if for a single, but not if you have somebody sitting in the stern.
Yeah, so maybe this is the single person
Perhaps.
position. I know what this angle piece is for now. When you have it the other way around, you can put your feet on it.
Perhaps.
Maybe.
I thought of that too, but your feet would be pretty low then, or pretty high. I mean, you want your feet lower.
Yeah, I think I was pretty proud to have splashed this little boat and rowed it around after having just built it. So even though I've worked on boats for a decade now, I've never built a boat from scratch and then actually gotten to also row or sail it. So this was a whole new thing, and that's pretty cool.
Swiftly and easily.
Yeah, you're moving quickly.
Yeah, but I do have to adjust the position. I feel like I want to go backwards one. Am I not?
You're a little bit bow heavy.
Nose diving?
Yeah, a little nose diving,
I
yeah.
wouldn't want to try that.
Yeah. How about if I jump in with you, and then that'll probably be a better trim for the boat.
Is that right, Dad?
Yeah,
that's
with me in
that's
there,
the
yeah.
excuse.
And big heffel up in the stern.
She's meant to carry some weight.
Yes.
Yeah. Look at that.
But she turns real easy as well.
Yeah.
Got that nice flat bottom. A little bit of keel to get it going straight, but a nice flat bottom.
Yeah, totally.
Camera woman gets to go as well.
Yes.
My hands are freezing already though.
Well, you'll warm them up. It was great to also see Maya hop on the boat and be very excited about it and all the future adventures that it will row and sail us to.
I loved it. It's really smooth. I'm really gonna have to work on my rowing though. Like all my small boat experience has been paddling, kayaking or canoeing, so I definitely feel a bit uncoordinated. But
Yeah, well, that's the next mission and that's the fun part. Well, building was fun too, but... And then sailing. Oh my.
Right on, you guys.
This project was a success.
What's next in terms of the dinghy build and our lives?
So next, we're headed back to our big refit of a Cape George Cutter 36 that still has a bit of work ahead. But then ultimately we plan on sailing around the world, and we will live on the Cape George, and we shall go on many little adventures using this dinghy. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you all next Friday.
You kill every interview. You do so good, and then you get to this part and you just every time.
Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and like. And what else?
Comment.
Oh, comment? No. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe for upcoming adventures. Leave us a comment and a like.
New video every Friday.
There's a new video every Friday.
Thank you, patrons.
Thank you so much to our patrons for making this all possible. We really, really appreciate it. Extra big thank you to these names now appearing on the screen for allowing us to keep producing this video. We couldn't be happier, and we really appreciate it.
See you next Friday.
See you all next Friday.
We did it! Finish line!
I did it.
Dean,
Hey,
what are you doing?
testing the dinghy.
Without a rudder?
It's working. Don't need one.
We had a harebrained idea to get a thumbnail, and this is where we ended up.
Yeah. Closest to home, there's a pond.
Yeah.
That's fun. But yeah, next time with a rudder.
Yeah.
Board and more sail controls. But it floats and it moves.
It looks beautiful.
I think I have arrived.
Is that a sailboat in a puddle?